The Corruption of Iraq, the Impossible Task homepage issues and analyzes articles. Will a day pass on Iraq and there will be no beggar or haram of the kind that they are now embroiled in every class in recent years? Iraq is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, and it seems to be a delusion and a wish that we do not see as a corrupt minister, agent or manager. Iraq is now at the head of the most corrupt countries in the world in various fields. In Iraq, there is no difference between a corrupt turban and another without it. All involved in the game of long distances for money and privileges. Iraq will need a long time to be among the least corrupt countries. The current Iraqi government is more interested in the subject than it is, but it has not gone beyond speech. It is assumed, according to officials, that starting next week will begin an anti-corruption plan that few trust. It is very difficult to imagine Iraq without administrative and financial corruption, that is, not a minister ordering his manager to arrange things, or a general manager negotiating his share and the share of other haram money cut off from a millionaire deal, for example, or if there is no political group that has negotiated with others for a government job and bought him $1 million to pay the price of salaries and bonuses, all of which are calculated in Iraq, which is still the oppression and disappointment in killing their owners. In practice, most of the positions are distributed on the basis of sectarian and national quotas. In the coming week or next, we will put forward the anti-corruption project, and this project will put the dots on the letters, Abdul Mahdi said at his press conference last week. It is likely that the campaign against corruption will not stop at anyone, regardless of its position, and this raises doubts about it, which makes it impossible to verify. The problem in Iraq is not the absence of corrupt, but in the presence of many, and senior corrupt are in traditionally senior state officials or ministers, agents, directors, and others, party leaders, coalitions and blocs, and they do not act against themselves. The account of the corrupt in Iraq is unusual. They steal billions and hundreds of millions of dollars, but they do not want to disclose their personalities and expose their affairs. Anyone reveals his order VSKVK another corrupt disclosure in exchange for him. Everyone has the right documents and forged for condemnation. And the golden rule here, shut up from me, shut up about you. This has been the basis for the plunder of more than $6,000 billion of Iraqi oil money since 2003 so far, almost all of which went into the accounts of party officials claiming they fought against the dictatorship of Saddam Hussein. Indeed, some of them did not fight for 1 minute in their lives, but with Saddam until the end. Abd al-Mahdi is not the right man for this difficult task, but impossible, as it seems. He is not the strongest among his peers, leaders of blocs and parties who can at any moment agree against him. Perhaps Abdul Mahdi needs to do what others in other countries have done to get together with the corrupt to return some stolen money in return for releasing them from their responsibility, or to schedule the stolen funds in a debt format that sets a date for their return, known after the reaction of those concerned, and some will certainly accept them because they provide him with a chance to survive. I think that the best thing is to agree with them to return the money they looted in exchange for amnesty in whole or in part, with the settlement order to prevent the corrupt from taking office in government, parliamentary and economic and implementation for at least 10 years. This is to ensure that the harem does not come out of the door to enter the gate. The other major obstacle is the amnesty law, which needs to be reconsidered so as not to allow the killers and the corrupt to escape impunity.